Let's get this thing going, man. Good morning, Spreaker. Good morning. Let me make sure everything is up and running correctly here. Uh, I'm trying to get closer and closer to being on time. Still got to now I got to figure out how to get my workout in because I then got lazy, sleeping over, and then going back to sleep. You know how it goes sometimes, right? So I want y'all to see the flyer that I'm sending out. That is, for those that's getting the black signal, that flyer there is for the African Arts Festival. It will be popping off next month. But those of you that that know about Cleve's little thing popping up this weekend on Kaumba at the Shepherd Library between 3 and 5 p.m. And I can't wait to see what little Cleve is going to, I don't know what he's going to say. So, that's kind of scary. Taking one of the Gye-Nyame kids out and having him just, free reign. But this morning is a few things that I think that we need to discuss. If you go, my Hootsuite is moving very, very slow. So there it goes. It's popping up now. I want to make sure we get the Hootsuite because there's a few things we need to talk about. Great. Oh, it is Ujamaa. Damn, I'm a day ahead. I put Ujamaa. I am so sorry for my failure. Oh my God, Ujamaa. So I see part of the conversation I have for tomorrow because we had a brother, this Imani, do an excellent talk on Ujamaa. I got to it late, and I had to look up Ujamaa, right? So we'll discuss Ujamaa tomorrow a little bit more in depth. Right now, we are on collective work and responsibility, right? And one of the things that I think that I want to make sure that everybody is aware of is, of course, I keep up with the news about the microbiome. And if you look on our timeline, I got on there, could viruses attacking the microbiome be responsible for the inflammatory bowel disease, right? And so, listen, family, I'm trying to let y'all know that this microbiome piece is a very, very serious piece, and you really need to take care of it. One of the ways to really take care of it is to get on that African heritage diet. Get into the diet that was designed for you, right? That was designed for you. So now, I won't read into that article, but there was another article that I posted up about the microbiome, and but I just want to make sure that y'all stay abreast, right? Because us making this this June or this ambrosia is not just about so I'm confused. That's the picture that I picked. Okay, let me stop. That's all right. I'm gonna stop. Okay, so it works. Inflammatory bowel disease. It is an autoimmune disease that affects an individual's bowel system. So it's like the bowel system actually flares up. So it's hard for a person to eat and to keep food down, and it's hard for the body to pull the nutrients up out the food. So people are running around here sick with another with another autoimmune disease. Basically it's the immune system attacking itself. It's the immune system attacking the body. So you have different aspects of this. And a lot of these diseases go back to autoimmune diseases where the immune system just goes crazy and it start attacking itself and start attacking the body that is in. So this one just happened to be within the bowel system, which causes people not to be able to extract what they need out of the food and make eating very discomforting to them. Brother Shaka say, your part look real Bobby Brown this morning. Yeah, I mean, that is my cousin. It's a Brown thing. You wouldn't understand. But ass looking good, though. Got him. The ass looking real good. All right. Speaking of Bobby Brown, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. It's 50 years old. Man. So, Lady J will be thrilled because this is one of her favorite songs and she often brings it up in her stories. So, when you see Lady J, tell her happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Because her favorite song, birthday, is there. But now, this is the thing that I really want to cover. And I want people to understand that when I say that the waters are being tested, I'm not talking about in an organized fashion, right? Well, we got to understand. I don't even know if we even need to understand it, but maybe we do. There's a collective unconscious that each group has. As human beings, we have it, and as a group of humans, we have it. But as each group, we have a collective unconscious, and this collective unconscious helps drive the group, right? Our collective unconscious, because it has been interfered with, we have to be really aware of it because it no longer serves our interests. So we have to go on and, in a sense, reboot our collective unconscious system, our collective unconscious computer system, right? Because our collective unconscious has been working for others so long that we don't even recognize when we're doing stuff to help others. But other groups' collective unconscious still work for them. At least we assume. At least that's the way it looks, right? Because everything, grass is always greener on the other side. So let me say that. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe a lot of issues that we deal with on our side of the fence is going on over there, and because we're in it, we think that nobody else is going through the shit. I don't know, because I'm not on the side. I can't put on the disguise and be like, damn, white folks got problems like that too. I'm quite sure there's some issues over there, but it's probably unique to that group, just like ours are unique to our group, and we got a lot of work to do. But when I say that the water is being tested, I'm not talking about a conscious collective effort. Now, in areas, there might be a conscious collective effort to test the waters, but what we have to understand is a lot of stuff may be happening on the unconscious level, where in different places at different times things are happening. We just saw the stand your ground piece, and the dude just walked away free. So I want y'all to understand what signal is being sent out, right? Once the water is tested, right? Boom. See, it's sort of like the 100th monkey. You ever heard of the not the movie, but the observation in science where 100 of one group start doing something, and then the next thing you know, it spreads through the whole genus, right? So the 100 monkey was, they noticed that one monkey would take, I guess it's like sweet potato, down to the ocean and wash it, and he would eat it, and he tasted the salt on it, and he started liking it, and him and his gang, they start going down and they start doing it, and then all of a sudden they start getting popular within their little group of monkeys. And next thing you know, after the 100 monkey, they just estimate around after the 100 monkey did this, that all monkeys that live close to an ocean, all of a sudden the collective conscious clicked in, and all of a sudden they've been doing it like they were doing it everywhere. Sort of like the dances. Do y'all remember how the dances, those of you that are over 40, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all remember how the dances used to spread from coast to coast, and it'd be like, like you might not, everybody, one day there's no dance, and the next day everybody doing a goddamn dance. You like, how in the hell did this happen? I never heard of this dance. You know what I'm saying? But it spread, and that's the piece I'm talking about. It's an unconscious type thing, right? So we got the waters being tested, and the reason I'm bringing this up is, one, I need everybody that's in our tribe to be on alert, not in fear, but on alert, right? On alert reporting shit to the collective, reporting little sightings to the collective, reporting little things in the news to the collective, because there's a lot of shit happening that a lot of us are not aware of because they are not putting it in mainstream media. And I got one right here. It was an island phenomenon where a group of monkeys on one island began doing something, and then another group on another island would begin doing the same thing. And so I stand corrected. It was an island phenomenon. But this thought process spread from one island to another, which kind of demonstrates an idea of a collective unconscious, right? And the same shit happens within human beings, family, right? And I need y'all, we need to be aware that the East Coast always got trends first. So they say, so, I mean, of course, I mean, I'm not going to argue that point. You know what I'm saying? People say the East Coast, but I mean, if you look at it, I mean, you listen to a lot of the music and shit, and Midwest, dog, but I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm Midwest. I was born and raised in the Midwest. I'm not on that East Coast shit. Cleveland will get it a year later sometime. It depends on what it is. You know what I'm saying? You were correct, but including the island concept, right? So, the reason I'm bringing this up is because, one, I reported about the brother getting shot on the Stand Your Ground piece in Florida. Then yesterday we spoke about the murders on the BART system in Oakland, California, and we specifically talked about the girl being stabbed and her godfather coming out talking about stand down, black folks, African Americans. I need you to stand down. I need you to stand down. Stand down. Hip hop is a Midwest phenomenon, and I know some of y'all gonna get mad about that shit because in the Midwest we got a inferiority complex. Midwest hip hop is a Midwest phenomenon. I'm just gonna say that. As well. Let's just say as well. Just because I'm gonna run into a couple of New York niggas today, probably. It's a Midwest phenomenon as well. All right, because I give them a little bit of credit, but I'm just saying. All right, but and there's a lot of shit happening that we don't know about because we're not reporting, because we don't have our own, in a sense, news outlets. But on this, it's this thing called Columbus. It's a little local news thing, and it's called Columbus Patch, and it just happened to stream across, shoot across my bio. And let me read this to you real quick. This is in Columbus, Ohio. A racist tirade after driver follows Columbus black man home. Now, rules of engagement. They are responding to these subversive and not so subversive dog whistles. Listen to me, family. I want to understand now. So we got a racist, we have an angry white man following a black man home. Now I want y'all to understand, because Ohio is a stand your ground place. It's a stand your ground place. This dude followed the black man to the house. The black man put his camera on, walked out, and went out and confronted the white dude in the front of his house. Didn't even get good. I mean, the video footage was all right. We got the name of the company. We got the name of the, it's posted up on the Gye-Nyame timeline, but we didn't get a good look at the dude, right? Older white dude sitting in the car, upset and mad because he says that this brother cut him off. But the point that I'm saying is we have to kind of discuss rules of engagement. Now step one is have that weapon. You know what I'm saying? Have that weapon prepared and ready, especially if they follow you up to your house. Second, you know what I'm saying, to kind of secure yourself, and I know someone's going to get mad about this, make sure you have the police on speed dial. Because what's going to happen is, because like this, once this dude walked up to the truck, if this dude would have said, "I fear for my life," he was so black, pow. You know what I'm saying? We'll have one of those cases right here in Columbus. But let's go. Let me read this to you real quick. Charles Lovett posted a video, but had them things on. You know what I'm saying? If you got them, have them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it's good. It's about to get serious because a lot of motherfuckers getting upset because, and this is really what's really gonna turn it over, right? So now Trump has been lying, and he's saying that the economy is moving along and is better than it has ever been. And he done blamed Obama for everything that he could. Not that I'm a big Obama fan. And now he fully possesses this. He fully possesses this economy. When this shit goes south, please understand that they are going to need a scapegoat. They are going to need people that they can take their anger out on. This has been historic West Asian behavior. I'm just saying. And some of y'all that's listening, I know, don't be sensitive. It's not all of them. But we have to understand it's a number significant enough that you have to be on alert. Do you understand? Right? We need to have tribe on speed dial. You know what I'm saying? We need to know where people are. We need to be able to check timelines and see where people are. We need to be able to use social media as a major communication hub. We need to be able to get in contact with each other so we can support each other because the shit may get back. Because I'm not gonna play the video, but I'm gonna read this. Columbus, Ohio, a new video appeared. Now, did you hear about this in the news? A new video appears to show a heating and cooling worker in Columbus, Ohio, follow a black man home and unleash a racist tirade after a dispute. Now, and this is what's crazy. The way it's even written is problematic. There's a dispute. There was no dispute. Homeboy might have got cut off, might have not got cut off. But he felt that he was able to just drive up to this man's house and confront him. You know what I'm saying? Now, come on now. I want y'all to see where this is going, right? Right? I'm going to come to your house and check you. And I don't even know you. I'm going to come and check you. Nigga, you don't know how to drive. Excuse me? I feel threatened. Stand your ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get my CCW. I hate guns, but I got to get my CCW because I'm not gonna be quick enough on my knife work right now. You know what I'm saying? I like it up close and personal. I ain't gonna be quick enough on my knife work. You know what I'm saying? Because I need at least a second. These motherfuckers ain't giving you a second, right? They shooting you from 50. You know, you about 10 yards away from them, right? You know, like you couldn't get away. You know what I'm saying? That man shouldn't. I'm keep my mouth shut. But that Clearwater, Florida shit, family. Now, this is where we need to really become aware, right? Those of us that's not in the street, family, street justice don't work. That's some bullshit. That's some crooked ass niggas came up with to keep people from talking, right? That shit don't work. Because if that shit would have worked, that motherfucker that killed Trayvon Martin would have been dead, right? You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker Dylan Roof, that motherfucker is living it up in prison right now, I think. All right? Having the time of his life. All right? You know what I'm saying? You know, so motherfuckers talk about let the streets gonna handle it. Streets gonna take care of it. That shit only work with us. Actually, it don't even work with us, right? Because many of us know motherfuckers still walking on the streets than the murdered motherfuckers that we know, right? And it's like you got too much to lose, so you can't really get involved in that. You know, your partner might have been involved in some fucked up shit anyway. But the point that I'm trying to say is that street justice shit, we need to get that shit. We need to understand that shit don't work. That shit was created to keep people from supposedly snitching. And I posted up something on the timeline, on the Gye-Nyame timeline by Neely Fuller, where he talks about this whole snitching phenomenon, right? Where he says that a month, you have to see the video. I'm going to, matter of fact, because even before we get into this, Because we need rules of engagement with ourselves, as well as with those who would be enemies, right? So let me go back on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. I posted up a Neely Fullard. Also posted up a Black Trump rap that was pretty hilarious. Let me go back. There's a few minutes where Neely Fuller is breaking it down, and I want to make sure that you get it. Oh, I did post it up. Okay. Man, I be posting up a lot. Well, my fault. We be posting up a lot. So let me shut my mouth. Right? That was last week? I guess it was last week. We be posting up a lot on Gye-Nyame, family. I'm just saying, right? Okay, my fault. They are responding to these subversive and not so subversive dog whistles. As children, our mothers used to tell us, if someone follows you home, you whoop their ass by any means necessary, or she was going to whoop your ass. Now, the point I'm saying is we need to at least cover a few bases, right? Because the piece is nowadays with this, I mean, is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because a motherfucker talk about he feel threatened, he couldn't get away, and he'll lay your ass down, family. So you have to, now, this is the piece. When you engage, if we have to engage, family, we have to understand that it is a kill or be killed scenario. They're fighting shit, you know what I'm saying? And you get the win, and no. See, and this is where we have to really start making sure that our people understand that you're not gonna just slap one of these motherfuckers no more and it's done. If it happens like that, cool. But if you have to go to a physical confrontation, you have to take it to the logical conclusion. I'm just saying, because you never know, motherfucker lay down on the ground, act like he hurt, pop up and shoot you in the chest. We just saw the shit. If you ain't seen that video, shame on you. You need to see that, because that motherfucker sat on the ground, rolled over nice and calm, and the dude would step back. He pulled the gun. The dude started retreating, and he still shot his ass and was able to get up and get a ride home from the fucking police. I don't even know if the motherfucker had a car in the parking lot. Do we even know that? Did this motherfucker even have a car? What gave this motherfucker the right to police parking spaces in the first month? See, and you know what that's called? These motherfuckers are deputizing themselves. And we have to be clear, family. So the only piece I'm saying is, it ain't no Kwame. Unfortunately, if we get into a physical confrontation, it is no more whooping ass, my man. You take it to the conclusion. Because they're taking it to the conclusion with us. And once you get involved, be willing to sit it down or lay it down. Period. Because right now, there's no more playing. There's no more games. It's not a game. If people are there to kind of break it up and keep you safe, but if you are in this, you have to, dude, you have to take it to the conclusion. And I hate to be like that. And I hate to tell people stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because in my nature, I'm a peaceful dude, right? But dude, if it elevates to a physical conflict, you have to take it to the end. Unless there's other people around to witness and to make sure that everything's safe and make sure that you're able to get to a safe point, you have to take it. Because homeboy, when he pushed that dude down and allowed that motherfucker to roll over and pull that gun, it was over. That was then. This is now. Different times require different measure. I agree. So check this out. Stand by your work. Neely Fuller. Brilliant. Get ready, family.
The first one is stop snitching. All right. But snitching doesn't mean what has, in this world in which the white supremacists watch everything, and they will put out something in the mind of some black person who probably is already thinking about doing someone some harm, because that's what we are taught. We're taught to glorify doing harm. Not doing something constructive, but doing harm. Brag about doing harm. So, many people have took the position of snitching means you can go out and kill people or steal somebody's car or something.
See, y'all made me shoot your stupid ass over nothing. Hey, come on, man. We supposed to be brothers. Oh, what, you trying to get smart? Nigga, are you trying to kick some knowledge? Nigga, fuck that, nigga. Give me your motherfucking jury, nigga. Take that shit off. Oh, you got a pager too. You're baller, huh? You're baller?
Or break into somebody's house, and if someone sees you doing it, they're not supposed to so-called snitch. No, that's not what it means. Snitching means you are going to do harm to someone unjustly. You go and inform someone about someone else to do harm to that person and harm that person unjustly. The person didn't do anything that warrants harm, but you go and carry a message to someone who is powerful about someone who is powerless, so that harm comes to the person that is powerless. That's what snitching is. Someone informing to the white supremacists on someone who is trying to do justice and telling them about something that the white supremacists can use against the person to do harm to them so that they can't help to do justice. That's what snitching is. That needs to be stopped. Passing on information. Snitching is a form of espionage. It's a form of giving information to someone who believes in doing harm to people so that they can do more harm to people who are trying to do no harm. People who are trying to do something constructive, like produce justice. And then you try to harm that person by carrying messages about that person that are harmful. That's what snitching means. If someone is deliberately trying to do unjust harm, you give information. That is not snitching. That's giving information, and that information should be given. No one, anyone who goes out here and carjacks someone and comes and hides under somebody's porch, everybody should point out where the porch is and who's hiding under it. If you have nerve enough and you think you're tough enough and you think you got enough going for you to take somebody's vehicle and shoot them in the head and then go and try to hide, the very fact that you ran and tried to hide means you don't deserve anything.
All right, listen to this part, and then we're going to stop.
You gave up everything right there. There's a slogan. It's not in the code book, but it's one that will be in the next editions. Stand by your work. In other words, whatever you do, stand by your work. If you're a carjacker, you're a gangbanger, if you're a person that likes to do harm to people, you want to rob some old lady on a bus stop, don't run. Stand there and say, yes, I did it, and the reason I did it is because I'm supposed to do it. Because that's what I do. That's my business. That's the business I have chosen, as they say in the Corleones. As they say in the movie The Godfather. This is the business we have chosen. So if this is the business you have chosen, brag about your business to the whole world, including everybody who doesn't like it. And if a whole army comes after you, you should stand there and say, bring them on. Because this is the business I have chosen. I'm not running. And I'm not hiding. Now, the very fact that you're hiding under your grandmother's porch, causing her a whole lot of misery, means you're not worth doing what you did. And you shouldn't be defended.
Y'all got it? So now let's get back to my man over here in Columbus here. This is Columbus, Ohio. A new video appears to show a heating and cooling worker in Columbus, Ohio, follow a black man home and unleash a racist tirade after dispute. Charles Levitt posted video Tuesday afternoon on Facebook on an encounter with a man seen driving a white pickup truck advertising Uriah's Heating, Cooling, Refrigerator. URIAH-S Heating, Cooling, Refrigeration. Now, if you want the number to the place, you can go on, is on the thing. I didn't get a chance to write it down. The homeboy ain't really getting good footage. You know, if you're going to pull your goddamn camera out, get a good picture, right? You know what I'm saying? But we do see that it's Uriah's Heating, Cooling, Refrigeration. Lovett gets out of his vehicle Tuesday morning, walks to the end of his driveway, and asks the driver, "Is there a reason why you just followed me to my house?" Right? Now, that's when you grab that, that's when you put your hand on that thing if you got it legally, right? "Excuse me, sir. Is there a reason that you're following me to my house?" The driver, whose window is down, begins to back away, and as he replies, "I didn't follow you to your house," Love insists the driver follow him home and asks the man what he wants. "I just want to let you know what up you are." I know y'all probably sitting up there, "Brother Hatem, why are you holding back?" Because if I say it directly, and it just don't flow out naturally, they'll block me. The driver replies in a gruff voice, "You said what?" asks a stern Levitt. "I just want to let you know what you are, you nigger." The driver confidently repeats, later adding, "I want to let you know personally how much of a nigger you are." The driver justifies racist rant, saying Levitt is rude and cut him off. As the two men argue about street signs and how many lanes there were in the interstate, the driver then tells Levitt he feels entitled. Now listen, because this is what you running up against. It ain't everybody, but this is the argument that is moving folks when it comes to you. And for you to try to argue and to convince these people otherwise is putting your life in jeopardy. You feel entitled. You feel entitled because you get everything for free, the driver said. This is what these individuals that vote for a president that will lie to them and lie to the world and look in the camera and say one thing and then turn around and say that he didn't say it. See, and this is why I'm asking the question, and I want everybody to think about this. Is Donald Trump using brainwashing techniques? Because obviously he got a whole crew of motherfuckers that's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. I ain't gonna, let me tell you, maybe brainwashed. Maybe they are abusers. I don't know. But I want you to think about this. You feel entitled because you get everything for free, the driver said. During the rant, the driver asked Levitt whether he paid for his car, questioned whether Levitt works, you got a job, and questioned how many hours he works every week. So these motherfuckers, honestly, you got a group of individuals that believe that y'all don't work. And they feel entitled enough to roll up on you and say this shit with full confidence. And everybody agree with me. You don't have a job. We're taking care of you. Did you pay for that car, that house that you stay in? We know that it's being subsidized. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, goddamn. You live in a world where you feel entitled to treat people differently, the driver says. I'm glad I'm able to tell you this, dude, face to face. Lovett didn't immediately respond to a Facebook message, but wrote in his Facebook post, since viewed more than 24,000 times, this sort of encounter is becoming more and more common in the U.S. recently. Hold on. Brother Kwame said that this man is conducting his own survey. Nobody African American, Mexican, Puerto Rican deserves what's been happening to us across the United States here lately. This incident is just one of many, sadly, he wrote, right? And this is, we're lumping ourselves into a group again. What I want to know is how many times this is happening to black folks. Everybody else, you know what I'm saying, they get in their groups, they can do it because, injustice to one is injustice to all. I feel you. But I'm concerned about my group. God damn, especially here in Columbus, right? So we know that it happened once in Columbus. This got 24,000 hits. I didn't know about it until this morning. It just happened yesterday. So I wonder if it's going to make the news today, right? Because people need to be, and if it don't, we need to start talking about it so that people can be aware of this. An email message left with Uriah's heating, cooling refresher was immediately returned. The company voicemail box was full. You can watch the entire video below. So people been calling, trying to get a Uriah's, or however you say it, URIAH'(S) heating, cooling, refrigeration. Motherfuckers need to be closed down. So, you heard it here on Gye-Nyame Journey. So let me, we didn't play the music, so let me hit the music just for a second, and then we're going to get right into this toast. I took up enough of y'all time this morning. And basically they're conducting surveys. And we have to be clear on that. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to be okay with a motherfucker rolling up on you, Kwame, and asking you if you earned what you got. You know what I'm saying? Do you deserve what you got? Is that car paid for? Is that flex paid for? You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're being taken care of, buddy, on my dime. And I'm sick of it. I want to make America great again. This is the mentality. And we have to understand, right? And trying to debate, trying to have a constructive discussion with one of these motherfuckers when they confront you on the street is paramount to committing suicide. So either you need to find help or find a witness, right? Because if it elevates, family, you have to take it. You got to take it to them. You got to take it all the way. There's no halfway. If they down, you got to start stomping. You got to make sure you got to be aware where their hands are at all times. I'm just saying, avoid all issues. Try to remain as peaceful and law-abiding as possible. But when your life is threatened, family, and you feel threatened, you need you get the look. You get the look. Fight or flight. And if you take it to fight, family, it's fighting for survival. It's not fighting to win. It's not fighting to whoop ass. We are past that time in this paradigm that we're living in today. It ain't no more bragging rights. You got to look at it, either you're going to survive and possibly go to jail or be carried, how they say it, either you're going to be judged by 12 or carried by 6. And once you make the choice to be physical, you need to know that that's the choice that you're making, to be judged by 12 or to be carried by 6. I had a white boy I attended the Catholic school with who told me I got government handouts because I was blind, and I believe he was alluding to something else. Ignorant motherfuckers. Wow. 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 Who told me I got government handouts because I was blind, and I believe he was alluding to something else. And this is the whole piece. And remember the key word of ignorant. Ignore. It's certain facts that they are allowed to ignore, or they feel they are allowed to ignore. And they're angry. And they want to take this anger out on somebody. They need a scapegoat. You got to always you got to realize, those of you that's been with me for a while, we did a discussion about the power of the scapegoat, the power of the sacrificial lamb, right? And how society always need, in a sense, a black sheep to sacrifice. I want y'all to understand that. Always need, because what happens is you put all of the tension, all of the problems on this group or this individual, and then the community sacrificed this individual. And after the sacrifice, because this now I want you to check this, after the sacrifice is horrible, it's a crucifixion, it's a hanging, it's a burning, it's a lynching. And afterwards, now this is what happens. Either that individual is totally forgotten or that individual is elevated to a high spiritual position. Sound familiar? I need y'all to understand, family. We're playing ancient games, and a lot of us we haven't evolved mentally. That we haven't evolved. Our evolution hasn't kept up with our technological advances. We are still playing ancient games with modern tools. And some people study this and understand this, right? People study this and understand this. And the ancient game is that there need to be a sacrifice to alleviate some of the tension that is already out here. Now, when the economy starts tanking, which is going to, you have to be prepared. I'm just saying. We have to be prepared. Try, right? So, all right. So, here you go. Just a little bit of music. Just get ready.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water. Man, that was kind of hot. You know, I was wondering what took so long for this. I'm like, damn. Did you hear that 3 explosions in a row? That shit was hot. All right, so we're going to do this toast real quick, and I'm going to let y'all get up out of here. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to stop in to Gye-Nyame Journey. Today is Ujamaa. I know that the title is wrong. Don't write me and say the title is wrong, but I know the title is wrong. It's Ujamaa. A day of collective work and responsibility. The minor principle of the day is righteousness. The M7 of the day is respect. The color is blue. Vibration is the Hermetic law. Male name of the day is Kwaku. Female name is Akua. African Center Cultural Virtue and Value System. We are on today in Wolof. We on Yar, politeness and respect, particularly towards your elders. Current ethics, obedience and respect. And we have Aluti in the traditional Yoruba, which is teachability. Kwame says he didn't realize, not understanding I earned a scholarship to pay for my education, which he didn't have. But you got, I mean, like I said, and probably didn't care. You understand what I'm saying? Probably didn't care. You know, I mean, we got to understand that, you know, we're surrounded by haters of all. I mean, shit, haters is in every group. So we have to understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? Understand that, Kwame. So you wouldn't even be able to explain to him that you got a scholarship because you just didn't deserve it in his mind. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I know you already know this. I'm already talking to you. Just didn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? We at war. You know what I'm saying? Your enemy don't deserve shit. You understand? That's how they feel. No, you know, I know we're both here in America, but this is my America. This is not your America. And by golly, you didn't deserve a damn thing. Come on, man. I mean, this is what I mean. This is what we deal with, and what's even more difficult for us is that oftentimes we have to kind of, since we're immersed in this culture, we got to kind of try to find those that aren't like that, and the ones that are like, because it puts us in a very dangerous situation all the time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like you could be in a dangerous situation all the time. And I mean, you got to understand, and people don't understand the stress of this shit, especially when you the male, when you know that you are the first and primary target, and the motherfucker could be smiling at you and stab you, because not only does this happen in the workplace, it happens in the street. We got people that we might think are friends that we always got to, you understand, that when you're dealing with, and if you lived a certain type of life in this country, where you have had actual people who claim to be your friends that have tried to literally set you up, or somebody has tried to do you harm, a stranger, and then on top of that, you go into a society where you might have others that just don't like you just because. This shit is stressful as fuck. And my piece is, how do I teach my son? How do I teach my son the stuff that I have without totally warping him? This shit I got is combat. I got combat fatigue and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm on alert. And motherfuckers be like, brother, Tim, I got the hair tubbing disease too. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm liable to doze off and wake up and I'm just gonna toast. Alright, first giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. Right? We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. We're gonna call on our ancestors, the stars of the show, the reason we come together on a daily basis. We're going to run through it, and we're going to give them honor. We're going to celebrate them. We're going to celebrate their lives. We're going to celebrate their memory. We're going to celebrate their presence with us as we call on their names. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gasson, Eileen, Uncle Chris, Arfine, Cleveland Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellison, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pimenel, Normal X, Sapet Maya Ra, Monica Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ageni, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jane Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Dergale Pullian, the Luxter Brother, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rindelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica, Trisha Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keach-Larice, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow Slimmy, Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolton, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quills, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, Essie Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs the Sr., Delma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Brina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy. DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Eda Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee, Mosley, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, R.D. Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McLennan, Jerry Dorr, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, Archie Morgan Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Ann Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Manly Miller, Halsey Hatch, Gad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Vince Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath, Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staton, Joel, Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bet Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Battles, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irving, Hiron Phillips, William Ford Jr., Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed. Wow. So we lift up all of our ancestors and we say Ashe. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to Miss Nicole Pittman. I see you out there. All right, here we go. So family, from there, we move to the present moment. We salute and we say Ashe because we kind of running behind, so I won't go through all that. And then we move to our future. We salute our children, our children's children onto infinity, and we say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We go from there. We salute all of our relations, and we say Ashe from all of our relations. This is that selfish toast. This is where you lift up the glass for yourself. What is it that you need in your life? Once we call our ancestors and we call the Creator and we ask for them to be present, right? They're here. So this is your opportunity. Toast something for yourself. We say Ashe. From there, family, last but not least, I salute the most powerful being in the room. Guess who that is? It happens to be you. Uh-oh. Miss Amatu is here. Good morning. Something going on with the internet. Net neutrality. Can't listen. Facebook. Vids don't play. Spreaker. All I can completely get is the commercials. Shut up. Shut up. Man. I am so sorry. So now I got to figure out how to get past this. All right. So. All right. So now, those that may be having trouble, go to GyeNyameJourney.com. GYENYAME journey.com. So I salute the most powerful being in the room, and that's you. And I salute you, and we say Ashe. Where is it at? Because my glass broke. Ashe. 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 I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. My kid's about to wake up. I got to get up out of here. And Miss Amatua, I'm sorry about that. I wish it was something I could do directly, other than send you the actual, because I can send the actual piece, but it won't be the same as it being live. But shouts out to each and every last one of y'all, and Brother Hatim is out. Peace out, Miss Amatou. Anybody else over there on Spreaker?